painful chapter is unfolding within a Western Washington tribe. Dozens of members have been told soon they will no longer belong. For many, it's not just a loss of benefits, but a loss of identity, family, and history. Some Squaxin Island tribal members got a letter calling them to a hearing, and they were asked to bring documents to show they really are Squaxin. And if they couldn't prove it, well, they were out. And unfortunately, many just didn't have the documents, or their documents simply didn't match official records. Sharon Yu from our sister station in Seattle shows us how the move is tearing a community apart.
This is a different letter that came from my great-grandmother.
Sally Brownfield's home in Shelton proudly displays her roots.
This was my great-grandmother, Mary Frances Smith.
Family pictures on the wall show where she came from, and tribal decorations show who she is.
I go by my great-grandmother's name, Saspolitsa.
A proud Squaxin Island tribal member.
Well, I was told by the old people that it meant like weaving.
But now, with a single letter, her tribe erased her identity.
Is there your name on there?
Yeah, my name is...
She had 30 days to prove.
Right here.
She's a descendant of people listed in the tribal rolls and is at least 1/8 Squaxin. Sally was told she was not.
My family has lived right here since the mid-1800s. What hurts me most about this whole thing is the erasure of my mother.
Sally says her mother, Sally Selvage, fought for tribal health care.
They were going to build this casino, and my mother was fighting tooth and nail. Our people deserve good health care. And they came to her deathbed, and the whole council came, and they promised her it would be done.
And that clinic on the Squaxin tribal land bears her mother's name, Sally Selvage Health Center. A clinic where Sally Brownfield can visit, but no longer receive care. Health care, quarterly checks from the tribe, reservation housing rights, all vanished with her tribal status.
So the audit shows Sally Selvage was not Squaxin.
This is correct.
Chris Peters, the Squaxin tribal chairman, says the Squaxin voters asked for an audit of the rolls. The Squaxin tribe has about 1,300 enrolled members and is one of the smallest federally recognized tribes in Washington state.
We've been hearing complaints about our enrollment files. People are suspicious about the inaccuracies, or are they being consistently applied, our rules?
As a result, 43 people, including Sally, were disenrolled in February.
I feel really bad for those folks.
Is it not true that the slice of the pie just gets bigger if it's cut in fewer slices?
No, because it's not based on a percentage. We don't have, if we have this many people and this much money, they get this much money. It's a set amount.
This crisis extends far beyond the Squaxin tribe. According to Cornell University, over 80 federally recognized tribes across the U.S. have gone through disenrollment. And in the past 2 decades, some estimate at least 11,000 individuals have been exiled from their tribes, including the Nooksack in Whatcom County, which in March kicked out its last disenrolled member from its land, 306 people in total. Jamie Queen, who was also disenrolled from the Squaxin tribe, worries most about vulnerable tribal members.
Elders are getting cut off their income checks. They're getting cut off the treaty rights. Some people lived off of that for their entire life. They no longer have that. So they're losing their housing, their medical, their income, their whole source of identity, because now they have to reinvent themselves and figure out who they are. If they told me today, you are now re-enrolled, I'm going to tell them to shove it up their ass. I don't want to be enrolled, but to make right for me, I want a letter for my son.
Queen says she wants her late son,
He was a good kid, wasn't a bad kid at all,
who is technically still enrolled Squaxin, to be officially disenrolled too.
I have his ashes, but he's still hanging. His spirit? Yeah, and it's not okay. He's coming with us.
It's just upsetting to see what's happening to the families.
Elder and former tribal councilman Davey Whitener says he's shed tears over stories of disenrolled people. While he remains safe,
I don't know what next.
He's fighting for others who are losing everything.
It's unstable. It's like you don't know what's going to come next. We don't know that it's over. I would guess you're feeling like you're being separated
from your family, like you're being told, we don't want you anymore. That is, like, emotionally and, you know, even spiritually, one of the worst things you can do.
We know who we are. We are from this place, this ground right here.
And the uncertainty is what keeps Sally Brownfield up at night.
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm scared about that part.
Well, the tribe says they are not disenrolling anyone else at this point. And in a meeting earlier this month, the chairman said only 2 people spoke out against the removal process.